Good morning, good morning. Happy, joy. Happy, joy. Good morning. I ain't bitter, I'm better. We're getting ready to go live on Anchor Podcast. Anchor Podcast, tune in FM. Anchor Podcast. Shame. Today is Shameful Sundays. Society shame. It's shame on you Sundays, shitting on you Sundays. It's Shameful Sundays. All right, so we're getting ready to start. 5, 4, 3. Today is Sunday, May 10th, 2020. On May 10th, 1990, I was incarcerated in the Illinois Department of Corrections. All right. On this day, 30 years ago, I was incarcerated. I had to leave my son in jail. I left my baby boy, Philip, and I had another one on the way named Jarrell. Jarrell was born in August of 1990. Jarrell would be 30. All right. I got 6 kids by 6 different women in 4 different states. So today's Happy Mother's Day to my baby's mamas, the mothers of my children. All right. 2 of those kids ain't mine. I knew they wouldn't mind. They mamas knew that they wouldn't mind. All right. But I took care of them nevertheless. Jarrell knew Ray Davis and Dwayne Gerald Davis weren't my kids, but I named them and I took care of them. Happy Mother's Day. Like I said, mama's baby, papa's maybe, but I was a father to all my kids. It's dedicated to Corrine Davis, because like I said, Sundays we get a lot of things off our chest. We're talking about the prison industry and mass incarceration in 2020. We're talking about the war on drugs, the war that separates the black family. Now you can follow this on Anchor Podcast, Society Shame. This is episode number 20. I'm going to start doing Sunday podcasts instead of 7 days a week. I'm going to do it 1 day a week. I'm going to break down 7 days. I'm going to do 30 minutes on Sundays. I'm trying to sell this to Netflix. I'm trying to get a break in the industry. Baltimore Rewired. We're going to talk about Baltimore and Baltimore's politics. And all the politicians and the politics that I know can fill a book. But I'm trying to fill a movie screen. Take you to here, right here. For those that can't see, we're going to talk about, if you look behind me, if you look behind me, that's Congressman Cummings. Congressman Cummings ain't here no more. Congressman Cummings been knowing about this documentary and movie since I started it. It's about the Democratic Party and the war on drugs. All right? It's about the war on drugs. You can Google State of Illinois versus Dwayne G. Davis. Now, in 1986, this is where the paths cross. That's Kweisi and Mfume. In 1986, he signed off on the war on drugs. He signed off on it to send black men to jail. He signed off on it. 2011, y'all locked me up because I was talking about the war on drugs. It was the art of protest, like the Westboro Baptist Church. I got a freedom of speech. I ain't no snitch. I'm a whistleblower. You feel me? Jim Crow justice in the judicial system. The inmates. So this is for the inmates. That's Eric Holder. That's 2009. Long before I got locked up. That's 2009. That's the cover. That's the Minority Report. Because I broke you down in book form. I got different shit houses for the different people I'm going to shit on. You feel me? You got a duet and you got a duo. You feel me? It's the art of getting money. Now, President Trump asked for evidence of corruption. He asked for evidence of corruption. Well, I'm going to give him Congressman Cummings, and I'm going to give him this. It goes, Shorty parted some rednecks. Moses parted the Red Sea. And we're going to talk about the industry, the prison industry. If I go to jail, I got to share that toilet. This is my birthday toilet. And this shows how the media demonizes black people. So I'm going to flush your careers down the hole. We're going to talk about WJZ. We're going to talk about Jill Carter. And I got a new friend in the game. His name is Mr. Clean. And people sign Mr. Clean. They made statements with Mr. Clean. See that? That's Nicole Mundo, president of Out for Justice. Christopher Irving. Lisa McCrae. That's the meeting we had with Congressman Cummings, and it was all about Scott Shellenberger. Use your cell phones. It's my birthday gift. and that's Mr. Clean. He's going to help me in cleaning the stuff up in Baltimore. Like I said, I'm a prisoner's right advocate. Jim Crow justice. All right, Mr. Waller. Now we're going to go to Kweisi Mfume because he just got elected. Kweisi Mfume is now the, congressman for the 7th District. He's also on the oversight committee for the prison industry. His job and his charge is the prison industry. He's the oversight chairman. All right. Well, by being the oversight chairman, then he's going to have to investigate the Democratic Party. This is a complaint of fraud, unlawful breach of fiduciary duty, and declaratory relief, a writ of mandamus. That writ of mandamus is against Gov.O'Malley, Baltimore County Chief of Police Johnson, State Attorney Bernstein, and Scott Shellenberger. It's about the corruption in the courts and how you use the courts to shield your corruption. You got a job to do, and I'm the one that's on the top of the list. And everything that you got in your office, like I said, I work for 85% of the richest people in the state. Those are my clients. That's Kathleen Hughes from Radio 1, the owner of TV 1, Radio 1. All right? And that's Jamie Lee Foster Brown, the owner of Sister magazine. And the little dark guy in between them, that's Shorty, the barbecue guy. That's July 2019, 6:30 a.m. That's Congressman Cummings' office. Congressman Cummings' office. All right? Let us not forget the 13th Amendment of the Constitution. Let us not forget the 13th Amendment of the Constitution. That's President Trump, July 2019. That's President Trump, August of 2019. So everything that Congressman Cummings got, you got to get to President Trump. I don't want no misunderstandings about no he say, she say, nothing. Congressman Cummings' press secretary, the scheduler, signed off on that on the 31st of July. I had a meeting with Congressman Cummings on August the 13th at 11 a.m. That's my mail receipts, because money count itself. It's a tracking number. So Kweisi Mfume, on Monday morning, when you go to office, I'm going to be asking for a visit to see the grand jury. I'm going to talk to the grand jury about this because I gave Fox 45 a copy of this. This is a Jailhouse Diary. This is the Jailhouse Diary from 2011. And it also talks about my book, The Minority Report, on which I just showed you. That's Judge Souter. That's June 2011. That's February 2018, February 13th, Chief Justice Bennett. That's the 2011 diary. This is the 2008 diary. 2007 diary. And that's the United States Secret Service, Bernard B. Bell, Charles Street. Because like I said, I got a file. I got a case file. Legal mail. Response requested. Yeah. That was me on Bosley Avenue. That's my inmate number. I blew the whistle in Illinois and I blew the whistle in Maryland. And I blew it to the president. And you can see all my blows of the whistle right here at Shorty's Voice Facebook. All right. Right there. Letters to my president. And also at Rob Fix Productions. Called Letters Design. That's 2007. Jailhouse Diary. Now we go back in the time. In the 1986. June 13th, 1986. I told you 13 is my lucky number. That's page 77 of 485 pages. That's Dwayne G. Davis versus the city of Waukegan, Lake County, post-trial. Now comes Dwayne G. Davis and moves the honorable court for a motion of release of personal property and possessions, the letters outside correspondence, all jury, money orders that were deprived by the Lake County Jail. All right, see all this? What I did is I broke down your prison industry. I broke down your prison industry since 1986. And it's all about the war on drugs. It's about the money that you make off of black bodies. The cradle of prison pipeline. Like I said, we traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and we the cash crop. So, Congressman Kweisi and Mfume, Congressman Brown, Dutch Rupersberger, Delegate Stephanie Smith, Luke Clippinger, Sheila Roof. We need to talk about my incarceration, and we need to talk about it 2020. I asked for the grand jury. And it's a painful process. The same way that y'all raked President Trump over the coals, you're going to have to rake the Democratic Party over the same coals. And the Baltimore Sun going to have to report this. Y'all just got the Pulitzer Prize. Well, we're going to see how the prize look when y'all are the ones that are subject of the conversation. Y'all got FCC violations by your media. See that? I took that from City Hall. I took that from City Hall on January 22nd, 2020. That's City Hall. All right? We're talking about Theroux, because Theroux ain't nothing but a Republican with a Democratic ticket. We're talking about the politics and the politicians. We're talking about ethics. All right? Yeah, his ethics. He done beat his wife. He done moved money. He done did a lot of things. Because the brown people with the brown money, the money that y'all bring to the Democratic Party, is tainted. It's corrupted. Y'all be laundering money through y'all's 7-Elevens. You launder your money through your Dunkin' Donuts. You launder your money through your daycare centers. So we need a audit on Theroux and his campaign donations, the Shell gas stations. I'm telling you where the money at. And I'm telling you where his money came from. Because like I said, I've been watching the Democratic Party since 2004. I started in 1997. You go to Senator Hardin's. When I first started this movie, I gave him a movie release in 2007. The prison industry. Barbara Mikulski, Senator Hardin, Sarbanes. All right? Let's not get none of this twisted. I keep newspapers for a reason. Because I want to hold the news accountable. The same way that you hold us accountable. The same way that you hold us accountable, we're going to hold the news accountable. Just when I name you, I don't want no misunderstandings. Diana Suggs, Ian Duncan, Mike Shue, Christian Shaver, Mike Marion, Jeff Abel, Karen Parks, Dakari Turner, Megan Pringle, Barry Sims, Tim Tennyson, Kelly Swoops, Lisa Robinson, C4 The Radio, Larry Young, the Big Fat Morning Show. Larry Young is the whole Fat Morning Show. 92Q Radio, Kathleen Hughes. I fed y'all. Never bite the hand that feeds you. I done fed all of Baltimore. Anybody that's anybody in Baltimore know me. Y'all want me to stop doing what I'm doing? Give me a federal and state audit. I don't get a stimulus package. I don't get nothing from the government. The government owes me. I'm only asking for what belongs to me. And this is what belongs to me. Right here. The entire contents of the defendant's vehicle, a 1999 Chevy Suburban. Registration number. Y'all truck is worth $6,000. The contents of the truck was worth $130 million. And Marilyn Mosby got that in 2016. Judge Bennett got it in 2018. President Trump got it in 2019. President Obama had it since 2014. Governor Hogan got it. Department of Justice got it. But y'all want to shield the corruption in Shellenberger's office. But you want to lock Mayor Pugh up. Well, right here, that's Doug Gansler. And that's the Maryland Office of the Attorney General. February 2013, Black History Month. With regards to your complaint in regard to your treatment in the Baltimore County Detention Center, I told you in my letter dated July 13th. See, July 13th. 13 is my lucky number. That you would have to go consult a private counsel regarding whether the options to be available to you. Also, the Department of Justice, the Civil Division and the Criminal Division. All right? The Criminal Division and the Civil Division. Now, I've been to Warren Brown. I've been to Dwight Pettit. I've been to Malcolm Ruff. I've been to J. Wendell Gordon. I've been to Billy Murphy. I've been to JB, the ouch lawyer. I've been to every lawyer in Baltimore who is a lawyer. Nobody want to take this case because all I'm eating off that plate. If you're in the war on drugs, how many lawyers won't have a job? If you're in the war on drugs, how many lawyers won't have a job? How many cases are in the Department of Corrections behind the war on drugs? Google, get on your smartphones right now while y'all watching this podcast, while y'all listening to this podcast, because I see y'all watching me on Facebook. All right. Google State Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. It's a precedent-setting case. Nobody ever took the government to task about the war on drugs. The war on drugs is just like Dred Scott. It's an illegal war in the black community because you only targeting black people. So these diaries that I have from 86, from 2011, and these papers that I have to prove that I have a Department of Justice number, all right? And these politicians that I name, then that's what we're going to do. 2020 is going to be the campaign of public shame. Y'all owe me money, y'all owe me property, and I can produce all my paperwork. I was making a movie and a documentary. That's under the First Amendment of the Constitution. The Fifth Amendment of the Constitution say you got to compensate me for my losses. I set the price of my product. That film that you took from me is worth a lot more money. All right? It's worth a lot more money. David Simon is getting ready to do some more movies about Baltimore. My movie is all about Baltimore in The Wire. It's all about Baltimore and the politics. Kweisi and Mfume, Congressman Cummings, Sarbanes, Kiefer Burnett, Councilman Costello, Jill P. Carter, Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake, Mayor Pugh, Mayor Dixon. Dog, I know everybody that's anybody in Baltimore. That's what makes my movie so legit. I don't have to change nobody's name because I got y'all's pictures. And I took pictures with y'all. Willingly and willfully. Now you ask Aaron Maben. Aaron Maben was there when I told him what I was going to do to y'all. Y'all signed the back of that storyboard. The Frederick Douglass storyboard. It's about the prison industry. That storyboard is about Maryland's prison industry. And it compared it to slavery. Frederick Douglass. I tricked y'all. I bamboozled y'all. I played country dumb, but I'm city slick. I'm from the city of Zion, but I used to hustle in the streets of Chicago. I hustled in Las Vegas. I hustled wherever I lived. And I've been everywhere. We're talking about the war on drugs because it creates a racial divide in our community. A racial and a financial economic divide. If I can make $200,000, $300,000 a year selling drugs, then why should I work at McDonald's? But to have that $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 or $1 million a year, that means I got to kill people to keep that money. I got to kill people to keep that crown. So I came up with a plan in 1985 to end the war on drugs. Take that money that you get off of cocaine and marijuana and heroin and reinvest it into the broken communities back in 1985. I not only did it in 1985, I turned to my client list in 1985. I turned to prominent people that were using drugs but were above the law. Now, I've been doing this since 86 and ain't nobody never called me a liar, and I got all my teeth in my mouth. Y'all might have broke my hand and y'all might have beat my ass, but I still got all my teeth in my mouth. Truth hurt. I've been to jail in Illinois in 2008, 2007 to 2008, and then I went to jail in Maryland in 2011. So jail is not my fear. When I go to jail, I get to organize. And when I organize the inmates. So in Illinois and in Maryland, I got over 10,000 inmates that want to file class action lawsuits behind the war on drugs. We go directly and look at the case in Illinois called Operation Smack. That was in 2008, in January 2008. I also got I got like 75 inmates from the Lake County Jail that signed off on this. All right? Because you use your courts, your public defenders, your state's attorneys, and your judges to incarcerate the underclass, the impoverished, the underclass that don't have the money to pay for Warren Brown. They can't afford it, the white pettit. Now, me and Warren Brown was he had a client in jail, and his client wanted to talk to me while I was in jail in Baltimore. I can't give professional law, not law, it's violating the law. But I used to tell him to look up his case and see what Warren Brown was charging him versus what he can do for himself. I can do that. I can educate you about the law. I just can't provide you with advice about the law. I can tell you how to look up your case, shit like that. So that's what I did. And that's what I did while I was in jail, and I organized while I was in jail. Y'all locked me up and kept me in solitary confinement. Y'all sent me to Spring Grove without a court order, without representation. You feel me? You did what you want to do. Because, see, Baltimore County ain't under the consent decree. Baltimore City is. That's why at least Baltimore County is susceptible to a class action lawsuit. You stolen property from people that were incarcerated in Baltimore County, and you brokered it through Pollard Towing. You took inmates' trucks, their cars, and transportation, and you sold that property. That's unlawful conversion. And when you did it continuously, that created racketeering and fraud because you work with the court and the office of the state prosecutor. No, you work with the state attorney. Shellenberger had a deal with Pollard Towing, and Pollard Towing would tow the cars. Pollard Towing would get the cars from the Baltimore County Police Department. The Baltimore County Police Department, if you got locked up and pulled over, will put your car in the impound lot. The impound lot was part of the towing. Y'all was racketeering off the towing the same way that you did in the towing in the city. But you're protected by Shellenberger and the state prosecutor and Gansler and Frost. Y'all never went after corruption in Baltimore County, but you went after the corruption in Baltimore City. The same corruption that goes on in Baltimore County with Mayor Pugh, with Sheila Dixon, goes on in Baltimore County with Bobby Zirkin, Judge Turnbull, Bobby Zirkin's law firm. Follow the money and look at the cases. Then you're going to see all the smiling faces. Same thing, make you laugh, make you cry. Because, see, y'all paraded me around town talking about I was this and talking about I was that. But y'all didn't tell them how intelligent I was. I'm a jail shit. I'm not a gang member. I'm a concierge. I work with different gangs to orchestrate get pieces of that pie. I know GDs, I know Vice Lords. I know a lot of people. I know Bloods, I know Crips, I know BGS. I'm not a gang member. I feed the city. They got to eat too. It ain't fuck me, it's fuck you. I work with Dominique Neal from Let's Feed the City. I work with Shelly's Helping Hands. I work with Jennifer Francis for giving out books and barbecue. I work out with No Boundaries. I work with Ray Kelly, and I know Ray Lewis. Making a movie would be the best thing it's therapy for me, and it's also educating Baltimore. Because y'all need to know the politicians that y'all elect. Y'all need to know who y'all putting in office. Y'all need to know who representing you. And then when they get in office, you need to know how to make them do their job. You can't pay a politician to call me a liar, and you can't pay a politician to call me out. You can't pay a media person to call me a liar, and you can't pay a media person to call me out. But when I was locked up in 2011, y'all didn't have a problem running stories about me. I ain't locked up no more. I'm going to lock you up minus the bars. We're going to flip the script. Flip Mode is a record label. It's going to be my lifestyle. Same thing, make you laugh, gonna make you cry. We're going to see how many toilets is it going to take before you lock me up, or you're going to give me what belongs to me. Because I ain't got nothing to lose, and I got everything to gain. To say today is Sunday morning, it's Mother's Day. All the brothers that's locked up in the bin can't see their mothers. All the mothers that's locked up in the bin can't see their sons. Or daughters. So this is my way of giving them a voice and a shout out. I still got my rings. I still got my pinky ring. I still got my crown. I still got my crown. I'm the king of talking shit. And I could back it up. And I don't back up off of nobody. Y'all got 2020 session. It's May, June, July, August, September, October. 7 months of Shorty in this product. I'm pushing this product called Movie, Baltimore Rewired. I'm a griot. I'm a storyteller. My final days and my resting days, I'm taking over Dick Gregory's spot. Dick Gregory ain't here no more. So you're going to have an old griot talking about America the beautiful, America the great. And you're going to have him talking about from that he know about. Yeah, I'm going to pull it out my pocket. It's going to be my magic trick. Remember 50 Cent? Show you my magic trick. Fooled you once, I get you twice. It ain't magic, dog. It's the truth. It's America's politics. It's the Willie Lynch letters. I'm going to educate you. Like I said, we're going to do this every Sunday. It's going to have church. If you want to contribute to my, I need that because I'm broke. I need money. I don't believe the game is to be sold. It ain't to be told. So I need to contribute to the cause. $10 a week. Ain't going to hurt 50 cents. Pay account. And all I want is a week. Give me 50 cents a week. For 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? But you can get a live conversation. And if you want to be a part of this conversation, go to Facebook. Go to Facebook, Dwayne G. Davis, and message me. We're going to find a way to put you in the conversation. We can set up a place where we can do this live in social media and social distancing. We can do this in live in front of City Hall. Because when the weather break, that's where I'm going to break. I'm going to be in public places. I'm going to be at City Hall. I'm going to be at I'm going to be at Kweisi and Mfume's office. I'm going to be at Brandon Scott's campaign office. I'm going to be at GOP Carter's campaign office. And we're going to talk about the prison industry. We're going to talk about the criminalization of poverty. If you're running for office, you ran across me. If you're in office, your job. You running for office, you need this. It's into the film, the Creative Alliance. I'm a member of the Creative Alliance, and in June they do a intake of new art. So this toilet that I'm making is about the war on drugs. This toilet that I'm making is following true to the thing that I've been doing. I've been putting toilets out on people since 2006. It works for me. Art and Maryland. Remember the movie The Jerk? Yeah, I ain't gonna jerk you off. I got a dog in the toilet. Google the movie The Jerk. It's the remix. It's the black man's version. And my birth certificate says I'm white. Whew. I need some water. It's getting hot in here. When y'all went in my house on Lock Raven, y'all took the computer, but you left like $30,000 worth of art, $20,000 worth of art. You left clothes and you left jewelry and you left a Jack Daniels bottle full of change. You left marijuana on the TV and you left these tapes in there. The tapes is what you should have took because the tapes show who I contacted, when I contacted, and it show you how long I've been doing this. I videotaped phone calls to the States Attorney's Office. I videoed phone calls to my public defender's office. I videotaped phone calls to the Department of Justice, Governor O'Malley's office, Governor Hogan's office, and my public defender, Jerome Joyce. I recorded my phone calls to John Bailey in Lake County, Illinois. See, the camera and the phone is a powerful tool because that's what y'all use on us. You use recorded phone calls. I told you when we started this was a social scientific experiment about race and racism in America. I don't need 1 million people to march. I need 1 million people to pay attention. I'm part of the West Wednesday Coalition with Tawanda Jones. I'm part of Team Keith Davis. I'm part of Housing Our Neighbors. I'm part of Word on the Street. I'm the founding member of the Baltimore Block. And I own Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue. So good it's illegal. I own Shorty's Underground Ribs, like the Underground Railroad. So we're getting ready to close out in about 30, 40 seconds. If you want to contact me, go to ddshortman@gmail.com. ddshortman@gmail.com. Go to Facebook, Dwayne G. Davis. Google me. I ain't hard to find. And if you think that I'm a liar, pull my card. Because 2020, I'm going hard. I'm acting like I did in 86. Because you put your hands on my community. Nobody is willing to fight back. I'm willing to stand up and fight back. I'm going to teach other people how to stand up and fight back. Because we ain't going to be in fear no more. We're going to take you to court. We're going to take your money. And your fear is being broke. We're going to trade places. See you next Sunday. Society shame. Shameful Sundays.